I am the closest thing that many people will see to divine femininity, right? Femininity is not the contrived concept that people online created, right? The feminine is not a docile being. The feminine is not a submissive, right? And so because I'm the closest thing to that, men either fear it or they want to conquer and destroy it, right? And so this is why men won't approach me for long-term relationships. They'll approach me for fun and pleasure because they think they're responding from their primal way, right? And they'll go choose the more docile, submissive, controlled women, which most women are. They like say, I'm not submissive. Most of you are fitting into what men can receive and tolerate in a woman. They can't be fake and phony with me. The dangerous reactions that women respond to me with, who will do things to women like those women did to Shanquilla Robinson. Women like this are very dangerous. And I always draw women to me like this who they're not comfortable in their skin. And my confidence makes them uncomfortable.
Hello, my lovely gems. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I'm Sapphire Love. I hope you guys have been refining yourselves. I know I have been. Hello to all the new subscribers that have joined us. Welcome to the pretty bitch community. That is like our new thing over here. We're like the pretty bitches. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wear that badge of honor. At the end of the day, I have a whole book called How to Be a Bitch. Now, we obviously know over here we're far from that, but we're reclaiming the word because most of you guys were people pleasers, didn't know how to awaken your power. So I've reclaimed the word bitch because, first of all, the word bitch has been like just misused by men. Like, a bitch is someone that has boundaries. I'm gonna play chess, not checkers. Not I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch because I don't want to be played with. I'm a bitch because I know my power as a divine woman. Okay, cool. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch because I want to stand up for myself. I'm a bitch because I want to cut you off. I'm a bitch because I want to use energy for my own gain. I'm a bitch because I want to advance in life. I'm a bitch because I want to make my life easier. I'm a bitch because I call shit out. I'm a bitch because I see the truth. So be it. I'm gonna be a bitch then. I'm gonna be a bitch. So before we go into the video, I'd like to ask you guys a quick favor. If you can please like this video. That way it helps push out the content. We can help grow the community, bring more women down. Comment down below what you think of the video, and also hit the subscribe button. It is free. Join the gem community. So in this video, it's going to be split into two parts. So obviously right now I'm talking, and then in the second part is going to be like, I'm just face this, okay? I'm really trying to diversify my content. So I'm not just going to only post like pretty girl stuff, but just like other things too. Yeah, if you're new to the community, come on down. Over here, I teach you how to level up like spiritually, mentally, physically. We talk all things spirituality, alchemy, we talk about pretty privilege, we talk about pretty punishment, we talk about dark femininity, we talk about it all. This is this is the place you want to be if you're a pretty girl that goes against the grain. Like, welcome. Why this video is important for pretty women is in the title I have the Siren, Lilith, and Jezebel. When you're a pretty woman, you've probably heard that stereotype. Like, you've probably heard that archetype, and men literally hate pretty women that have this sort of energy. So if you carry the energy of a siren, the energy of someone like a Lilith, where you don't want to be tamed, the energy of a Jezebel, where maybe you use your beauty to build your freaking legacy, okay, like someone of the likes of like a Ruby Rose, men don't like us like that. It's like, oh, when you're pretty, now you have to be docile, you have to be pleasant, you have to be, oh, you know what I mean? You have to be like a pick-me. But when you're a pretty woman and you actually know your power, you actually don't want to be submissive. You actually want to stand up for yourself. You actually want to use your beauty as a leverage. And if you watch my channel, you know, yes, I talk about the physicality of beauty, of course. But I also talk about the energy because it's a frequency. And you can manifest beauty. If you feel like, oh, I don't feel pretty, this is my thing, like, it's freaking mindset. Like, that is spiritual warfare. I'm telling you, I honestly believe as a woman, do yourself up, and honestly, you will feel pretty. Once you feel pretty, people will literally think you're pretty. I'm telling you. I'm sure there's some women out there like you guys may not like and think like, oh my gosh, she's not even all that. But then some men will be like, oh my gosh, she's all that, because in her inner world, she obviously feels pretty, so it's reflected on the outside. And you can literally help yourself by doing this using glamour magic. Being a dark feminine is not a bad thing. Like, men literally are so scared of our power. A lot of women probably clicked onto this title like, oh my god, is she teaching women how to be Lilith, be Siren? Oh my god, that's so demonic, that's so ungodly. Babe, it's very godly. Think of the universe. Think of even childbirth. You get the blessing of a child at the end, but you have to go through so much darkness and so much pain. That is the universe. Before light, there was darkness. You have it within you. So if you're trying to shy away from that, darling, you're going to end up very, very depressed. Let yourself be free. This all lives inside of us. We all have a light side and a dark side. Women are way more darker than men. We're very dark. And they know this. Hence why I said they have to create the false patriarchal system to control us, because they were so afraid of how dark we are. And I just want a lot of women to wake up to their power. These men are weak. No, but they are. Like, and I'm not saying all men are bad. Like, I'm not a misandrist. One of my lovely gems commented being like, did you read this book? And I did. In my How Men Destiny Swap Women, I actually recommended this book. I cannot be a misandrist because us women, before those men on this earth, we were here. And we created men to help us build, like we could do it ourselves. No one's saying we're weak. Okay, we're not weak. We can do it ourselves. But they're like our helpers. So use them. Like, that's what we created them for. Okay, so dark femininity isn't inherently evil. And over here, like, we're all into alchemy, I hope, or I am anyways, and hermeticism and frequency and spirituality. And things aren't just good and bad, evil and good. It doesn't really work like that. It's frequency and it's polarity. So we all have a spectrum, and it's yin and yang, the dark side and the light side. So everything needs balance. Being too much on the dark side isn't good, but being too much on the light side isn't good. But you also have to acknowledge both sides of you. You have to love both sides, especially as a woman. Also, men have been terrified of women like Lilith, Jezebel, and the Siren for centuries because they can't control them. Like, they can't control their energy or the alchemy that literally comes out of you. And honestly, I don't even know why I'm explaining myself this much. Like, if you feel sorry for these men, whoop-de-doo.
We go to prison for the rest of our life, whoop-de-doo.
You're just not part of the community. Bye. The Siren. The Siren stretches back through many cultures. You hear about the Siren, Mami Wata energy, mermaids. It's always been this lore behind them. They weren't just pretty women. They were creatures of the sea who lured sailors with their voice and aura.
Yeah, I left that out on purpose because I feel like that deserves its own video. Possibly being a siren, does it sound like you? Sirens can plant seeds in your mind, and not just seeds of self-worth. They can plant seeds of destruction, self-destruction, and seeds to make things go in their favor. They don't necessarily take things from you or steal things from you, but they convince you to give them everything, even your life. We all know that sirens have a history of having men jump to their death and sinking ships to take treasure. And most of their abilities predominantly work on men, because the majority of men have lust for women, or deep admiration. Admiration and lust is an energy that's deeply tied to the waters. So they have great control over emotions and lust. And they're telepathic. So you have somebody that can control emotions and get into your head. And for the next one, for the practitioners out there, are you really, really, really good at love magic? Like, you can cast a love spell on someone without even doing a ritual? Yeah, that's a sign of being a siren too.
Men would literally crash their ships because of how hypnotic the siren's call was. And that's the lesson. The siren doesn't chase, she sits in her power. And men destroy themselves trying to reach her. So it's all about magnetism, not pursuit. So think of stillness and presence, not effort. Then when we talk about the energetics and the psychology, siren energy hijacks the male brain. When you embody it, men lose rational thinking and lock their focus on you. They're not operating in logic anymore. They're in obsession mode. Their dopamine spikes from anticipation. Their testosterone rises because they want to conquer. And vasopressin makes them cling onto you. That's why men fear the siren. She strips away their control and makes them addicts for her presence. So techniques to channel siren energy. Voice and tone. You need to lower your pitch just slightly. Slow your cadence and add pauses. You need to say less, but let your words drip. Example, you need to look in the mirror and practice saying, "Tell me more," slowly. And other things, okay? So mirror magic is gonna be your best friend. You need to get comfortable looking at yourself in the mirror. A lot of you guys still cannot say "I love you," kiss yourself in front of the mirror. You need to get comfortable looking at yourself and being like, who is that sexy bitch? Like, looking back at me, like, I dominate everything. Like, they are under my spell. You need to speak like that, okay? And then eye contact and silence. When you're talking to them, hold the gaze just a little too long, okay? And then stay silent. So men panic in silence. Men hate silence, guys. So they're gonna start filling and over talking the silence. I know a girl that when she was on a date, she used to always fill in the silence. And I was like, no, don't do that. You need to be silent and he needs to be the one oversharing. They need to be the one overgiving, okay? Be comfortable in silence. Then 3, controlled visibility. So whether it's in real life or online, never give all at once, but you also need to show yourself, okay? So posting online is the best thing. A lot of sirens post thirst traps. And one thing about me, I love a good thirst trap. I don't care. I see the beauty in a thirst trap. Like, I feel like misogyny has ruined everything. Like, I see the beauty in like women's curves and a woman's body. Then movement and presence. So bear in mind when you're moving around, don't rush. I hate rushing. I just like to take my time. A siren is slow, a siren glides, a siren has small movements. Okay, she doesn't have to do too much. And she's always intentional with her gestures and intentional with her gaze. Think of Rihanna. Like, Rihanna, the way she looks, the way she moves, the less frantic you are, the more magnetic you become. Also, I recommend some EFT tapping if you're a siren baddie with anxiety, okay? So I've been doing my EFT tapping and it's really been helping a lot. Who would have thought just tapping places on your body would really release emotions? The last tip, I think number 5, is no over explaining, which is law 4 of my book, How to Be a Bitch, 50 Laws for Mastering Power for Women. My book is available on Amazon. Okay, guys, link down below. So no over explaining, say less. Say less, okay? If you explain too much, you dissolve your mystery. Mystery is power. When you start over explaining yourself, you're leaking your energy. Sometimes it's better to be in control as a woman. Make them squirm, okay? And that's a way to literally take their energy. Like, look into his eye contact and don't break the eye contact. Like, no, you're not gonna be the nervous one this time. You're not gonna be the one that's like looking away, like all shy. No, you look him in the eye until he breaks the eye contact because he can handle your sexy, powerful, energetic self, okay? And some bitchy siren add-ons is make him wait for your text back. Ooh, I love this one. Guys, don't be too available. I have ADHD, right? So I literally forget to text them back. But when I really do like a guy, if he's lucky enough for me to like him, which is rare, then I will purposely pause. And I made a reel about this, about don't reply too fast. And the men in my video were like, oh my God, how dare you say that? Like, the video blew up because they know it's true. When you don't text them back as often, and if a man really, really likes you, this only works if they like you, right? He is thinking about you and you're literally siphoning his energy and it makes them go crazy. So their attention and their curiosity and their chase, all of that is energy. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Like, a few people may not like this, okay? This type of content is very polarizing, but you have to, it takes a certain level of intelligence. Certain people will hear what I'm saying and be like, oh my God, like, you don't care about men, da 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 da. Girl, it's called feminine IQ, the feminine IQ, the feminine intelligence. We are leveraging our beauty. That is why naturally we're more beautiful than men, because we're meant to leverage our beauty. Okay? And we can use it to our benefit. Baby girl, it's itchy energy. Like, I don't know, maybe it just means that I just see things as energy. But if you know, you know. The ones that get it, get it. So you collect this energy by simply holding your presence, and that attention gets converted. This is the important part. That attention gets converted into confidence, social value, and manifestation. Especially the fuel towards your manifestation. And guys, do not sleep on confidence. What confidence does towards your goals. When you're manifesting confidence, when you feel good about yourself, and then you are in your mind, you're transmuting that, you're converting that into fuel. Okay, this is alchemy in action. A little alchemy tip: before going out, I recommend anointing your pulse points with like a signature scent. Put an oil on your pulse or a perfume, and as you apply this, visualize the attention flowing toward you. I do believe that inherently women are meant to receive attention, and you can also carry a crystal to anchor the energy. Now let's dive into Jezebel. The history, psychology, energy, and the techniques. Let's dive into that. Who was Jezebel? Jezebel was a Phoenician princess and the influential adulterous queen who married King Ahab in the mid-9th century BCE. Patriarchal texts demonized her because she didn't play submissive. She was political, strategic, and unapologetic about using her influence. Jezebel's story is less about evil and more about a woman weaponizing what she had to secure her power.
What Jezebel's spirit is. It says, Jezebel's spirit is one of Satan's higher ranking, more intelligent demons. If not the smartest kind of demon in his kingdom. Okay? So thank you, I'm smart. You got that right. And with it being much more intelligent than any lower ranking demon or spirit, this makes this type of spirit much more evil and cunning and harder to deal with once it moves in and attaches to a person. Okay? It will cause a lot more trouble and destruction if not quickly dealt with and cast out. Just because y'all couldn't, just because men were weak, they made smart women demons. Okay? I'm so sorry. So I'll take that as a compliment. I mean, when someone can't overcome their weaknesses, they usually try to put the blame on someone else. So I'll take the blame. Now, the whole point of me doing this video is, all those women back in the old days who had Jezebel spirits, had nice houses to go with them Jezebel spirits, and nice clothes, and, didn't have to, be doing much of nothing. So I'll take it. I will definitely take it. And anybody in here that is upset with me, that means I'm doing something right. So if you want, Jezebel spirits are just smarter women that know how to get to a man's mind.
And guys, please, please, please watch the Power of Envy Cleopatra video, because Cleopatra is probably one of my favorite Jezebels in history. Like, I love Cleopatra. Her story is phenomenal. And she is literally like the meaning of a dark feminine. And that is why men are so afraid of women, because they don't want all of us to realize and wake up that we are all Cleopatras. We have that in us. Watch the Cleopatra story of how she was able to control a whole empire using her charm, her seduction, her beauty. Okay, actually, no, they said she wasn't beautiful. It claims, but who knows? It claims she wasn't beautiful and she just used her seduction alone. So let's dive into the energetics and psychology of the Jezebel. Jezebel taps into men's provider instinct. She redirects their need to give, provide, and win status into her world, her projects, her comfort, her leisure. Men fear her because she ties lust and ego to tangible outcomes. I guess what men would call a Jezebel, someone like a share of 7. So instead of just getting her body, men are actually made to pay, to prove themselves, and to provide. And this is what these men don't want you to do. Okay, they just want to get your body. These men know that they have to do more. And also they know that if you command it, they will provide it. And a lot of them don't want to do it. They know we're the goddess, okay? That's why they come with offerings. That's why they give us flowers. That's why they freaking kiss our feet. That's why they take us out on a date. That's why they meant to pay for the date, okay? We are the queen. Now, techniques to channel Jezebel energy. 1. Set an economy. With you, nothing is free. Intimacy, attention, even time has an exchange. Do not be waste. That's why I said, okay, back to the siren. Don't be texting these guys all the time. Your time is very valuable and you cannot buy your time back. And Jezebel, you gotta pay for her time, okay? You're gonna see a lot of Jezebels as well, energy, archetypes, working, nightlife, working in the club, bottle girl, but even content creators, girls on OF, celebrities would be like Ruby Rose. I love Ruby Rose. That doesn't mean money only, by the way, guys. It also can mean value. What value are they bringing towards you? Then number 2, ask directly. Jezebel doesn't hint. She requests. I'd love to have dinner here. Don't keep things in. If you want it, ask for it. Can you grab this for me? Men respect clarity when it's delivered with charm, if they really like you and if they got it. And babe, you're meant to do that. Please do not waste your youth. Do not waste your charm, please. Like, think of yourself. Be selfish for once, okay? Stop feeling bad and help. They want to give it to you. They want to help you. Don't mind them. They'll be complaining online and stuff like that, but they be on their knees. Anyways, number 3, task leverage. So give him a mission, something he can do. Men bond by doing, so let him invest into labor. This is a very important task, okay? Because this is also a test. And I love testing, guys. When you give him something to do and he cannot do it, my dear, cut that guy off. That man can go. Because what do you mean he can't do it? Or when they start moving weird, or when they start having excuses. See, something these men will do, right? Because they're so addicted to women and addicted to the P because the P got power, they will talk to you just because. So the only way to know if a man really likes you is literally if you test him by getting him to solve a problem or getting him to solve a problem by spending money on you, basically. So get him to invest into you. And if he's like, oh, I'll think about it, or I'll borrow you the money, and he doesn't do it then and now, he's not asking you for your bank account and how much, you got your answer. That's why they hate the Jezebel, because the Jezebel is gonna expose their ass. Jezebel's gonna be like, yo, my car just broke down, and use her charm. And then if he's a loser, then he's gonna run away. Okay, the next point is monetize attention. Don't let admiration float around useless. You need to anchor it to tangible results. So whenever you are receiving attention from these men, you need to monetize, okay? You need to ask them for something. When a man is approaching you and he's trying to sweet talk you and he's giving you admiration and all that, okay? You better, in your mind, you better be thinking about like the gifts, what restaurant, what 5-star restaurant he wants to take you to, the favors, the upgrades. Gotta be getting something out of it, okay? Because even him looking at you, that is making his day. So, bitchy Jezebel add-on tips is cancel a plan last minute. Cancel a plan last minute now and then. Or maybe just like cancel a plan last minute now and then, or just when you're starting to talk to, not the first date, but this reminds them that you're not dependent on them. Okay, so it raises your worth. Number 2, it's also a test to see how he's gonna react. So I also do this in a way of like, sometimes I arrive late on a first date. Not too late now. I do not take the piss at all. But just see their reaction. Is he irritated? Is he aggressive? Is he like trying to neg you and put you down? Is he like, oh no, it's okay. Like, I understand you girls have, use some extra time to get your hair and makeup done. How is he like? You need to test these men. But yes, it also shows that you are not dependent on him. Do not always say yes to things. Okay, another thing is you should tease around his effort. So be like, oh, cute attempt. Or like, don't do too much. So maybe like light mockery to like tease him. So this makes men crave validation from you even more. Like, they literally love a little bit when you mock them because they want our validation. Men want our validation. They are the pick-me's, guys. You siphon by letting men activate their provider instincts, but you redirect it. A little alchemy tip is I would light a candle. You can just use a white candle. That would be the best thing to use. Or a red candle. If you're one of my glamour magic girls or you're into glamour magic, light a red candle or pink candle or both. Visualize the flame as favor. So what you can do is when you light up the candle, you can now visualize this flame. Okay, the flame represents the favor and the provision flowing into your life. And you can just transmute it into your favor. And if you don't know how to transmute, guys, I literally have a video on my page step by step on how to transmute. Now let's talk about Lilith. The history, psychology, energy, and techniques of Lilith. Lilith is the original rebel. So in the Jewish myth, she was Adam's first wife. Then when she was told that she had to be subservient, she had to submit, she refused because women weren't even meant to submit back then. So she chose freedom. And then Adam went to Eve, left Eden, okay, and chose herself, chose freedom. Patriarchal religions painted her as demonic because she represented a woman who couldn't be controlled. Lilith is sovereignty, rebellion, and self-ownership. Lilith is really, really amazing to work with if you have been through SA, sexual abuse. I think I can say it on YouTube. Lilith is amazing if you are a people pleaser. Lilith is amazing if you haven't awakened your power. So let's get into the energetics and the psychology of Lilith. So Lilith energy is rejection of hierarchy. Men fear her because she reminds them of their lack of control. She makes them confront their own fragility. When they can't dominate you, they either obsess or demonize you. Yeah, they obsess over you because a lot of them want to be you. So that is literally Lilith's power. So Lilith pulls energy by forcing pursuit and resistance. And also, like, Lilith is going to put someone in their place, is going to put a man in their place, and it's going to protect you. So let's get into the techniques to channel Lilith's energy. So radical no, which is law 21 of my book, How to Be a Bitch, is you have the right to say no. Number 2, walk away power. If something doesn't meet your standard, you need to leave. Lilith energy is not going to put up with what doesn't serve her. Then 3, own your sexuality. Lilith never hides or shames her sensuality. She knows its power, but she doesn't give it away just freely. Mirror projection. Calmly reflect when men shame or guilt you. Example, that's interesting that you feel that way when they try to neg you. Okay? Reflect it back to them. Men are always trying to see, men themselves, they carry a lot of shame and guilt within them. Hence why, because some people are saying, oh, if you siphon their energy, that's bad energy. Baby girl, it's alchemy. Get with the program. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. But with alchemy, basically, because I know not everyone knows alchemy, you can actually transmute something from a negative energy into a positive charge. Always mirror and don't absorb. Never, ever, ever absorb what it is that they're saying to you. Bitchy Lilith add-ons is leave him on red after he says something important. That uncertainty fuels obsession. And just reply back later and be like, oh my God, I thought I replied. This literally makes them go crazy. Then number 2 is when you pull back, don't explain why. Again, stop explaining yourself. Post yourself solo, thriving, enjoying life without them. Men get so mad when you're just single, thriving. When I was in Marbella, guys, I had this guy be like, oh, I see you have more important things to do. Dude, I told you, I'm in Spain. Yes, of course it's important. It's my holiday. Thank you very much. But they start getting jealous. And then he literally blocked me. Like, what? But that's a test because that shows that he's a weak man. Okay, this is why men don't like when you tap into these archetypes because it benefits you and exposes them. It also exposes the good ones. Lilith energy siphons through resistance. Men cannot stand a closed door, so they will throw energy at it. Okay, through gifts, validation, effort, they will try to prove their worthiness. When you say no, when you know your worth, when you don't want to submit, okay, when you're not the little dog. Women are cats, men are dogs. We reflect nature. So look at how women act in the wild versus how men act in the wild. But the easiest example right now, dogs submit. Cats do not submit. And you can do moon rituals. So you can write down what you're rejecting and burn it under candlelight, burn it on fire. And you could also visualize yourself glowing stronger, glowing more powerful. And you could literally even do, if you're a really vivid visualizer, you could really visualize a scene where you are embodying Lilith energy. You're doing these tips, you're saying no. Lilith energy is literally about cleansing dependency and turning it into sovereignty. The patriarchy doesn't want women to be sovereign. Let me not even just say men, guys, because there's a lot of women that are not for women. This is why I'm like, really, this girl thing? I don't know. Because there's some women that don't even want women to be sovereign. So it's the patriarchy, really. Okay, so let's go over it again real quick. The Siren hypnotizes and captures attention. Jezebel converts that attention into resources and provision. Lilith secures your autonomy and sovereignty so you never lose yourself. Leverage like a Jezebel. Direct that obsession into effort, provision, and gifts. Anchor like Lilith. Hold boundaries. Be unafraid to walk. That protects your value. So my lovely gems, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. I hope you guys enjoyed your mini masterclass. I do understand there was a lot of information. That's why I told you guys to get your notepad and your pen ready. Also guys, special announcement, the Patreon is literally only $6 right now. And I made it $6 because, you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm coming up with the products. I'm also working on some things behind the scenes. And right now, I'm really focusing on my community. And I want my younger members to be able to afford my Patreon. And when you join the Pretty Bitch Club Patreon, you will automatically be entered into the PBC Discord. If you haven't already, please make sure to put your email into prettyandcharm.com so you will be first to know when the products will be released. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to open up your packaging. Also guys, sorry for the late upload. I had some tech issues and I lost the outro for this video. So the gem of the week is Patricia TA-888. Patricia has been with me since the start. Patricia is always on my ass, like, when are you gonna restock? Like, Patricia's always inspiring me to take my business up and above. Like, Patricia also gave me a lot of confidence at the beginning of my business with my oils, because before I started getting loads of reviews, she was emailing me just saying that my product really worked for her and it's the truth and that I should restock ASAP. I always see her in the comments of my videos, so I just have to give Gem of the Week to Patricia. Love you, you deserve it. Don't forget to like this video to push the content out, to grow the community. Comment down below which technique you're gonna be focusing on this week. I think I'm gonna focus on silence because I've been talking so much, my voice has gone hoarse. And subscribe, it's free. Join the Gem community. See you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.